In Japan, this Jaeger has many names: the Master of Combat, the House of Overclaim, Dr. Dex, the King of Punch. A Tacit Ronin is expert when it comes to combat. Tacit Ronin is an expert when it comes to hand-to-hand combat. And if unsure of the teen in this life, it is the first film that should have included more extended essence of the precision machine. I will never understand how Hollywood designed a character, molds it, and even animates it, and creates a story, to then just leave a character in oblivion. But in this video we are going to demonstrate all information about this great robot, analyzing the Japanese Jeeper, including an explanation of the power source and French's journey and the construction cost, and more details you should see from the start to finish. Japan was one of the countries most prone to the kaiju attacks. It was giving good result to the war, but the Japanese did not want to continue depending on another power for their protection, so they set to work on the project to build their own defender. Using as a base the plans of the Proto-Jaeger Bowler, as in that integrate the construction of the Shutterdown of Japan has seen approved, so what was the most appropriate way to start with it? These were the paths Japanese scientists, and to take the first was to make a tool like Jaeger. The second option was to make a shooting-type Jaguar, and the third option as a mid-attack Jaeger. Consider that the Japanese Navy would be in charge of supporting the Jaegers, then decided that they built the project into something focused on precision. That precision was the mid-attack, as you can imagine the word was in the creation of the Jaeger, quick and very precise movements. It consumes brutal amounts of energy, and also these detail for construction explosions that would not be easy to cover. An example of this would be when we show the construction of our conditionings, we never the energy consumption presents a high peak of wear. Eventually, after a few minutes, the power grid will stabilize and the air conditioning will remain without problems. But if you connect 10 air conditioners and turn them on at once, the peak consumption is so high to the light power in the intensity, the regulator and network will probably trip. Power goes down with the electrical peak is very high, the network itself protects itself by losing electrical circulation. Therefore, a power core is needed to support these consumption peaks, so Japan approved the budget for a triple-core reactor which would be responsible for maintaining it. And now easier to sustain the high-performance active Jaeger for up to 2 weeks. This of course includes a resting state which would have minimal consumption and could stay in that shape for at least 2 years. The Japanese thought that is something very logical no matter how active the person is or how long the energy lasts. If their first fight they knock him down again, that's why they focus on speed and design that has quick attacks and movements and are part of their defense. The blows must be precise and lethal. Counting with retractable curved blades that target strategic areas, this one Jaeger was designed to avoid a prolonged combat at cost, as there is possibly that the cost of repairs and the potential loss of life or destruction of the city will require a structure that can withstand the stress of movement and is not heavy, and reducing the weight. The improved speed results in the removal of armor, which eventually becomes a weakness if received a significant hit. So to avoid surprise hits, the design would be packaged with less sensors located at different angles that will constantly alert the pilots of any threat, as many may have noticed. Up to this point, I have not mentioned the official name of the Jaeger because of the time of the creation of the project as was a secret. At a cost of $92 million, Japan launched the Jaeger program, which integrates research into the creation of planes. Enough energy to sustain the high-performance active Jaeger for up to 2 weeks. The of course includes a resting state without weak and minimal consumption. energy adjustment and balance, the development of a neutral interface, search for pilots' final fires. Model 1 considered at the time to be the most advanced for all. After the approval of the project, 2 years passed and they joined war the 16 nations on the German seats 2015. It was the Jaeger Goodwood we call it Tacit Ronin. The energy head of the reactor was looking at them, their triple core concentrated nuclear reactor. Ready and operating on the cost of the $86 billion, the torso, which includes a neutral link interface helmet, and the cavity of the nuclear reactor, cost 43 billion and the lower part cost 18 billion, resulting in a total investment of the 239 billion, including its research program, know-how, did her fair of the battlefield. There are two stories and it's up to you to decide which one is real. Comics explain that the deployment of the Tacit Ronin was carried out to combat the Calus called Tiamat, or ITEC, which is presumed to category 2. He resided abroad that made the pilots find and the director shut down, and therefore some strange reason the Kaiju waited for them to get up and in another attack they him. Damage to the chest armor and well basically he used to blood thunder he was finally helped by Coyote Tango. The information that they have tends to mere studies is buried. So they sent Coyote Tango Gui-1 was practically destroyed. This means that Tacit Ronin was left without his main support and deployed on the next mission and failed destroyed after being seriously injured. The Calus Gal in the comic, the Calus Gal is different and attacks at a different time. The arts indicated Tacit Ronin carried out a total of 9 missions as a count of 5 eliminated Calus, including the one who saw this end is up to each of you decide which version you consider if you go to this point. Thank you very much and always remember that if you want to continue receiving unique and interesting content, you just have to subscribe and Cyber and the Cyberson site will be on the next video.